Hey there, Pride fans, and welcome to another edition of the WB Mason Coach Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Dan Savarino, Joe Mihalich, the head coach of the Hofstra Pride men's basketball team. A 5-point loss at Columbia was the only game this week after a 10-day finals break. And Coach, a game where shooting-wise it wasn't going from the beginning. The three ball wasn't working. Wanye Green fouls out towards the end, but you get Mihalich back. But overall, how did you feel about the game against Columbia?
It was unfortunately what we feared. Now the positives, we talked about this. It's what we signed up for. It's what we wanted to do. We wanted to play a team. I've said this before. They play just like William & Mary. They're very good on their home court. They won 14 games there last year. They have a very, very good player who, he proved it. He had 29 against us. And it was a local game. So we liked all those things and came up a little bit short. Why? We always ask ourselves that question after. It's probably a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. It was not rebounding the ball. Now, we really miss Rokas. We really miss him. And it's not an excuse. It's a fact. He's going to get a bunch of those rebounds we couldn't come up with in that second half. They had 9 offensive rebounds in the second half. They rebounded over 1/3 of their misses. So, that kind of gets you. But we had our chances, didn't make some shots. Tell you what, though, they averaged giving up 51 points a game. We scored 77. So we still found a way to score, which is good, but we just didn't defend like we had to.
Well, if you don't know, Rokas Gusti's still day-to-day with a lower body injury, but one guy you bring back who has been injured, Mihalich into the lineup, a little bit rusty according to Coach Fairley when he said during postgame. How do you feel he did in game number 1?
Well, he's a high-energy guy. We just love him so much. He energizes the whole team, whether it's practice or a game or the locker room. So he did that. Now, his problem was that he was just wanted to do so much, so quickly. And as I said to him, I said, it's a good basketball expression. Be quick, but don't hurry. He was just kind of rushing. He was so excited to be out there. It's a positive problem, but you just have to take a deep breath and let the game come a little bit more to him. But gosh, it's good to have him back there.
Well, you've actually been running small without 2 of your bigs in the lineup the last couple of weeks, but you put Dion Nesmith into the starting role for the first time this season. What did you like about what Dion did in this game?
Oh, well, listen, Dion, the starting thing is, I sometimes, to myself, kind of laugh a little bit. It's really important to some people who starts. It really is. And I get it with players, too. With a lot of players, it's important to them that they start. But what really matters is who finishes. And what really matters is having a good product on the floor. And what I love is Dion's one of our best players. If he doesn't start, when he goes in the game, we get better. And we love that. It's a great quality to have with your team. So, but whenever he's on the floor, whether he starts or comes off the bench, he scores. He's a good defender. He makes plays. He's a good basketball player.
Well, you've always talked about him being such a high-character individual. How has he been dealing with, obviously, not starting throughout this season?
He seems fine to me. I mean, he's, again, I said to him, I said, look, this is why we're going to do it. We talked about the whole thing, and I said, your minutes aren't going to change, and it's the truth. His minutes, once he gets in there, he rarely comes out.
Well, the 3-ball wasn't really falling for you guys, and normally number 2 actually in the country in 3-point field goal percentage before that game. You dropped down just a little bit in the last after last game because of some other teams obviously playing. With the 3-ball not working, do you think you relied too much on that?
Well, I've said this so many times. We're all guards, and when we start that small team, we're 5 guards out there. So, and it's not a hard shot. I mean, we didn't have a good night. We shot from the 3-point line. 33%.
Yes.
Okay. Now here's the quick math figures, right? If you go 2 for 6 from the 3, you score 6 points. All right. If you go, let's see, what is it? 2 for 4 from inside, you score 4 points. So it's just all about that magic number. 50% from the field's good. 33% from the 3 is good. So if you're shooting 33% from the field, it's a good figure.
All right. Well, today you have LaSalle coming out here. First, we'll start Jill, alma mater. You coached there for a number of years. You were team captain there. You played there for 4 years. What are some of your favorite memories playing as an Explorer?
Well, went to the NCAA tournament twice as a player. My freshman year there, I didn't play much. I wasn't a very good player. I just, whatever. I was a pass off, screen away guy. But we went to the NCAA tournament twice, and then as a coach, as an assistant coach, went maybe 7 times. So it's about winning. It's about getting to the NCAA tournament, and it's about living the dream of being a college basketball player and a college basketball coach.
Well, you bring the Explorers in today here to Hempstead, and a very good team. They have 2 very good bigs. Steve Zach is one of them. Jarrell Wright is the other. You got Jordan Price, excuse me, the transfer from Auburn.
Right.
What is it about this team that makes them so difficult?
Very, very good defensive team. Like, it is hard to score. The other night they played a team in our league, Towson, and Towson had 15 points at halftime. So very, very good defensively. They make it hard to catch the ball. They're going to overplay every pass. They're physical. They're big. Their size is going to be a big problem for us today, pun intended. I mean, those two big guys you mentioned, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, we're just going to have to be laying and praying and hoping that we can keep them from dominating the game.
All right, finally, Coach, what are your keys to tonight's potential victory?
You always ask that question after we talk about the keys. But I just mentioned them all. You know, we got to find a way to score against a team that's a very good defensive team. And then we got to find a way to neutralize those two big guys. Because if those two big guys have their way, it's going to be a long day. All
right, 4 o'clock start at the MAC. Come on out. Catch all the action on GoHofstra.com as well, and WRHU 88.7 FM. He's Joe Mihalich. I'm Dan Savarino.